Hi! Today I want to talk about style. Before that, I want to show you what I'm wearing today. Today's theme is black, white and gold. As you can see, I've got these vintage Dior earrings that my mom got for me at a vintage shop in Taipei. I've got this gold dragonfly. So this is interesting because it's from a brand called, I think it's called Reese in Singapore. And this is an actual dragonfly that they dipped in gold. So I was quite afraid of this when I was young, but I figured now it suits my style, so why not? Got gold rings. This is gold with opal, and this is gold with amethyst and diamond. And then I've got my usual bangles, bracelets. I could wear my watch, but I figured, well, I'm not going anywhere, so I'm just going for a business meeting. So I figured a garment will work perfect. I've got the blazer in this gold leather belt that I got in Italy. And then I've got this black and white rose skirt. So I want to do a very quick chat about style and how I think about style, plus how I suggest approaching style. Because I think one of the things people don't realize is that when you show up properly, when you style yourself, you just feel different, look different, you carry yourself differently. And I'm not saying that one should always be different. I'm saying that one should always present the best version of yourself. And that's what I am doing for the last, God knows how long, maybe 15 years. I'm always focusing on being a better version of myself yesterday. And that is internally, in terms of the diet that I have, in terms of the fitness that I do, in terms of intellectual stimulation and books and knowledge I consume, as well as externally, how I show up, how I present myself, what kind of social etiquette, what kind of dining etiquette, and how do I dress. So I look at style as a way of representing oneself externally. People are complex. I'm complex, everyone is complex, and it's impossible to just show your layers of complexity in one conversation. So I am a big fan of presenting and showcasing yourself in different contexts of events you're going to, in the kind of looks that you're wearing. Very simply, I start with three things. Every time I dress up, I always just look at three colors. Try not to deviate too much from that. So for example, I'm doing black, white and gold. And I do have, and ideally I carry either my gold bag or my black bag, or a little bit of accent just to show up a little bit. However, because I need to bring my laptop is gray, and I have like a leather handbag that fits my laptop, and it's gray, so unfortunately I'm going to use that, but black, white and gray is still alright. In general, I fixed on three colors. The next thing I look at is how do I look and how do I present myself going to a meeting. So I'm going to a business meeting, and so I have things a bit covered. So I have my shoulders covered, ideally I have my arms covered too. I think it's just professional, not being a prude. And then I've got my skirt, and my skirt goes all the way to my mid-calves. And then I'm going to wear a kitten heels after. I think that's really put together, and it shows that you respect the event. It might not be going to a big business meeting, but it's important to show up looking appropriate for the event. I will not wear this going on a date. I will not wear this going to the zoo. So I dress up according to the event that I'm going to. Usually I would wear a hat, but because I have a little thing in my hair today, a little pin, and I've tied my hair in a specific way, I can't wear a hat, so that's unfortunate. However, I'm always styling up with accessories. So a little belt with the accent matches the little brooch that I have, and I've got gold all around just to play up a little. I realized I stopped wearing a lot of necklaces because I think if I have a brooch and rings and earrings, having a necklace is just taking too much away from, it's just too many things. So I avoid that right now, and if I have a necklace, I will either remove a brooch or potentially remove the earrings as well, just to balance things up a bit. Try not to be a Christmas tree. So I want to show up nicely, but I also don't want to be a Christmas tree where I have to go all out, I have to be overdressed. I think dressed appropriately, maybe slightly overdressed, is better than being too overdressed or worse, underdressed. I'm not a big fan of that. So I have very, very simple makeup because I'm just not a big fan of makeup. I don't know how to do makeup, so my excuse is that I just don't wear lots of makeup. I just have mascara, do a little bit of my eyebrows, that's it. I probably put lipsticks when I go out, and I have a little spray of my perfume, and that's it. So I think style is not just how you look, but all the little details that comes together in your outfit, and also the way you smell, the way you present yourself, the way you move. All of these things are part of style. A great way to get started, what I do is that I will go to Pinterest, I will go to Reddit fashion, I'll go to the Pulse forum, I'll look at fashion show, runway shows, and just get inspiration from how people dress, how people show up. And then sometimes I use ChatGPT to come up with different ideas of how to style things. This outfit specifically is really inspired by my current obsession with Dior. So vintage Dior is really like a ballerina skirt, so a little bit of a big poofy skirt, and a nicely fitted blazer with a little bit of flair towards out. So I don't have that kind of blazer, but this is a little bit of an oversized blazer that I just wrapped it more around my body to create the illusion of a flare. And I have a belt to cinch in the waist to have that flare out. So I'm in this phase of Dior right now, and so I'm just looking into their style. And fun fact, Kate Middleton, which is a lady that I really am obsessed with the style, she recently wore something like this. She wore vintage Dior to meet President Macron, president of France. He was visiting the UK. So Kate Middleton, or the Prince and Princess of Wales, went to visit them. I went to welcome them, and she wore something like this, more in a pastel pink, light pink kind of shade. So I figured, well, I've got pink, but I don't have a pink blazer. So I do have a pink ballerina skirt, very similar to the aesthetics of Dior, but this is it's an old skirt. Actually, my mom gave it to me. She wore it in the past. So it's big flat poofy skirt with a nice fitted blazer, cinching in the waist, so I have this like Dior kind of look, which is perfectly fitting with my Dior earrings. I thought of wearing my Dior dress, my dress shirt, but I think that might be a bit too casual. So that's it for today, and that's it for how I'm approaching style. I think I'll share more as I go and share more about the resources that I'm using, but this is an intro guide to style. Till then, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!